We're here live at the movie theater. We got the Impact Babies that have just come in. Right here, getting ready to see the Janine Hall story. And they are coming in at the door. They are coming in.
I'm loving this hip-hop, walking in flip-flops. I remember the time when I couldn't buy pop. Now I'm modeled with clothes, chilling in hat shows. Around the finest film I ever seen on the globe. Naked air cold, 10 degrees below. The way I stay froze, you think I was Eskimo. But I don't need the bling, I'm doing my own thing. Cause life is too serious for me to die for a ring. I wish some of mine would take the cotton out the years. I've been crying so much, I think I'm all out of tears. More liquor, should be all out of bills. The way I've been pouring out drink through the years, I reminisce the good and bad because hip-hop is all I ever had. I never mistreated it, used it, or abused it. I love the culture, that's why I understand the music. I love hip-hop because of their expression. Hip-hop, it got power like a weapon. It's like who's mightier, the pen or the sword, or like who's
Actually, I called him on Valentine's Day. And we talked from there. I asked him what he was doing. He ended up coming by my house, and the rest was history. To be honest, we actually started dating, but it wasn't like a real serious relationship, probably for like a month after. It was almost a month after I met him before we actually got serious. Because I was like looking at Circle K as like my career, so I was like a workaholic. I was at work all the time, so I kind of was focusing on my job more so than focusing on the relationship with him, to be honest with you. We dated for 3 years. For the first 2 years, it was actually good. For the first 2 years, it was really, really good. He wined, he dined me, you know. We went everywhere together. We were inseparable. We always were together. And he was just like the nicest, sweetest guy for the first 2 years. And I really liked him. But it was, I should have looked at it as a red flag, but it was too late then because I had already been dating him for a while. But he lied to me about his age. He actually had told me that he was 24 when I met him, but come to find out he was like 21. I was 28. I kind of actually was like, you know what, don't worry about it. You know, we've been together. I said, it's too late now.
I want to introduce you to the young lady that was on the film. She's here. Can you please stand up, please? This is Miss Nina Purple Rain, Janine Hall.
Hey, Miss Nina Hall, how are you? That's great, I'm great. So my name is Kaya Love, and I also experienced domestic violence myself. And, but from a different standpoint. I was a child when I experienced domestic violence. So watching your story, your documentary, it hit home for me. And the beatings, the hits in the head, all of that, it hit home for me. I was actually left for dead at 8 months pregnant, and I was 17 years old at 8 months pregnant, left for dead by the hands of my stepfather. So I'm glad that you're here, that you're alive, that you're a survivor, and I too am a survivor. So congratulations for telling your story, because it's not easy to tell the world something about you and how you overcome something. And see, people watching may say, you know, man, why she didn't get out, or why she didn't do this, or why did she stay, or why didn't she kill that person? But it's easy for them to say, because when you're in it and you're afraid, then, I mean, you feel like you have no outlet. Like, this is, like, I have to be here. This is my safe haven, pretty much, you know. As crazy as that might sound, this is my safe haven. But the way we think, being a victim, that was ourselves, it's like we're going to stay alive here. They might be beating us, kicking our tail, all of that, but at least we're alive. Because if we try to get out, they're going to come for us and kill us. So, I do want to ask, what outside of the fear, what made you stay?
Honestly, that's the only thing that made me stay, was the fear. Because like I said, he was the type of guy, whatever he said he was going to do, he would do it the exact way that he said it. And so it was fear. I was like really, really, really terrified of him.
Did any of you all have any questions out there? Okay. So what made you decide not to tell your family?
Why don't you come around on this side? And when you ask the question.
Well, I was living in Georgia. My family was in Chicago. My oldest brother in Vegas. My youngest brother was in Texas.
When it's time.
And fear of what they might do. And I didn't want my brothers behind bars for protecting me. So I just dealt with it the best way I could until I found, a way out.
I definitely applaud you for taking a stand to help other people to get out. I heard you say in your documentary that you don't care, you will travel. Wherever you are, I'm coming to get you. Wherever I'm putting you up. I'll do your paperwork, whatever it is. And that's awesome. Because everybody don't do, when we get out, when some people get out, they're just concerned about them, and then they just, step back. But for you to be willing to help other people and to pull them out of that same thing that you were a victim in, that's awesome. And I applaud you for that.
All right. Hi, Nina Purple. They call me Analog Soul. And so I wanted to congratulate you on your courage for bringing your story to light and putting it out there to the world for everyone to critique, basically. You know what I'm saying? So that takes a lot of courage along with getting away from that situation. So definitely commend you on that. So my question is, first of all, was this the first time you had experienced domestic violence?
It was actually the second time.
So before it had ever happened to you and you had heard of it before, were you one of those people that were like, oh, it would never happen to me, because if it ever happened to me, if somebody ever hit me, I know what I would do. I would pick up this and I would do that. Did it happen exactly like that?
It did. Like I said in the documentary, I was one of those people, like, I wish a nigga would put his hands on me. I'll whoop his ass. That's what I said. But until it happened to you, like I said, the first time it happened, I had to kind of like, wait a minute, did he just put his hands on me? So it was one of those situations.
I got a question. Why did you never fight back?
I did fight back.
How did you fight back?
With anything I could find.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
How you doing? My name is Judy. My question was, did you see any other signs besides being on drugs that made you change and turn into this character?
I didn't see no signs at all for the first 2 years. Nothing. The only thing he did was lie about his age. That's it.
So, actually, I remember you said in your documentary that the fact that he lied about his age was a red flag that you thought about later. So, had you known that earlier, you probably would have thought about it. Maybe, let me, take a closer look at him. Right.
I don't know. If somebody picked up, like, why you didn't just...
Like Jennifer Lopez and another.
You said, why didn't I just kill him? Because if I did, what would that would have solved? He got 15 years for attempted murder on me. I would have probably got life for killing him. And I don't know about y'all, I'm too cute to go to jail, baby. I ain't trying to do that. So that's why I didn't come.
Right. How did you come back from it? Like seeing happy. So like, how you get there?
That's a great question. I came actually from friends, from family, from doing my poetry, from getting my power back. Once I got my power back and not letting him take control over my life anymore, baby, nothing comes but happiness. Good question.
That is so important, getting that power back. People don't know how important that is. When you get your power back, you get your voice back, you get that courage to do what you did, to first of all even start your documentary. So yeah.
My name is Ricky. Like, what made you stay like in the first year? Was it like the amount of love you had for him, or was it just you being scared?
Speak up too, huh? Speak up.
You said what made me stay like during the first year? Fear was like made me stay because it didn't get better. It got worse. It was like it happened so fast. Like for the last year, we was together for 3 years. The first 2 years were wonderful, but the last year it just went like downhill so fast. It all happened so quick. It happened fast.
So, ladies and gentlemen, please right now, one more time, give it up for Miss Janine Hall, aka Nina Purple Rain.
Family is so long that Mama done grade, and Daddy was gonna divorce her, but he stayed. I said, Mama done grade, and Daddy was gonna divorce her, but he stayed. See, I wonder what Daddy would have said if he would have seen her face. I wonder what Daddy would have said if he would have seen her face. See, she wore makeup to paint the picture the way her looks used to be, and she wore dark glasses to hide the dark secrets in her life. No, I wore makeup to paint the picture the way my looks used to be, and I wore dark glasses to hide the dark secrets in my life, y'all. I wanted so bad to get away from him, but he had already marked my body with his territory, walking around proud of his abstract artwork that he had put on me as if somebody was going to ask him for a business card or something. See, purple taught me about self-love. Purple taught me about self-esteem. See, purple was the color of the bruises that I wore on me each and every day. And it was hard for purple to counsel and lost an unwanted soul that was brainwashed by hate. And see, I was stitched to wear purple across my chest. And I wear it like a badge of honor. And I would bleed purple blood for each and every domestic violence victim who's not here today to tell his or her story. So the next time you ask me what happened, I'll tell you that my finger is literally shaped like my 96 Luminous gear shaft because he was on a warpath while hit me while I was driving. And I'll tell you that the stab wounds on my arms and the stab wounds on my back was because since I didn't talk to him, he saw it as a sign of disrespect. And I'll tell you that the 23 and the 46 stitches that I had to have on my face was because since I didn't give him my money, he saw it as a sign of disrespect. And I'll tell you that the broken noses and the broken bones and the broken wrists, oh my God. And the pistol whoopings that I endure each and every day still leave permanent headaches to this day. Because on August the 18th, 2001, I got strangled to death, flatlined, gone. And see, God gave my life back to me and gave him 15 years strong. So please support Domestic Violence Awareness Month, y'all. Not just in October, but each and every day, because it supports my song. I'm so glad I made it. I'm so glad. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Black Ice, I want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. You just don't understand what you just did to my soul. Y'all hear me on the big screen, y'all?
Give it up one more time, y'all, for Nina Purple Rain. Nina Purple Rain. Yes, yes, yes. Impact Family Center, make some noise.
I just saw the dream house story.
cause of their expression. Hip hop, it got power like a weapon. It's like who's mightier, the pen or the sword, or like who's stronger, the devil